Overwatch 2 PVE rolls out in 2023. That much we know. That is the most official news that we know. Is it beginning 2023 or end of 2023? No one knows. But the gameplay you're watching was from 2019, which might make you feel like this is old news. But truth be told, a lot of people don't know what's going on with the Overwatch 2 story, and why would they? It's been 3 years in development, and even back then we had full-blown cutscenes, a ton of mechanics, completely voice acted and ready to go. Listen to this.
Watch out! Would you rather fly? Probably! Stabilizers out! Hold on! We're landing!
And what you're listening to isn't like a specific cutscene for the story, but just a transition between one level, or I guess one area in a level, to another. So things were quite developed and on their way, and this again was 3 years ago, but so much has changed since then. Originally, Overwatch 1 was gonna still be alive, and then Overwatch 2 a separate game, but people who paid can port over. Overwatch 1 wasn't even confirmed to be free. I mean, things were all over the place, but that doesn't matter. That's all in the past. The truth is, what is happening now and what will happen in the future in terms of PvE and story is the question I want to answer. And things are quite vague. At first, I thought that Overwatch 2 story would still be a separate paid mode because it's Blizzard. I mean, just look at their shop. But then a lot of people were telling me that no, it's going to be free. And then I was kind of confused because I wasn't sure where they heard that. And I tried to do some research and they heard it from news publications. It wasn't like a full trailer that was completely unveiled. PvE was just teased through this roadmap, and that's all the quote-unquote marketing that we had. So I do want you guys, the viewers, to take everything with a grain of salt. Just because Blizzard quickly mentioned something doesn't mean it's final. I mean, the last few years should show you that more than anything. I mean, right now, for example, we know that in future seasons we'll be able to still unlock old heroes. Let's say people who didn't get Kiriko are still supposed to be able to get Kiriko, but we have no idea how yet. They might be timed, they might be a new menu, and we can't talk about it until it comes. So you have to treat the story mode in the same light. You do not know what will change or what will happen. Of course, the latest information, if we're basing it off the news publications, is that Overwatch 2's story or PvE mode will be part of the free-to-play package. And I am interested in why Blizzard would make this move, and I know you guys might dislike, like, hey, yo, take the W while you have it. But I don't know. I don't fully see Blizzard implementing the entire full story mode without some sort of catch. Like, what you guys are watching in the background isn't only just waves of enemies, but we know that they designed full-on bosses, like, as well as unique enemies, like one is spawning here that's more tanky with its own moveset. There's entire skill trees that alter every single heroes in the game, like Genji shooting projectiles out of his sword or Mei turning into a snowball. It's quite endless, and let's look at it from a logical perspective. Blizzard obviously has to monetize this. Now, in the perfect world, I would like to see the story mode just be completely free. They're most likely going to update it in segments, which is quite engaging. For example, a couple stories come out for a couple heroes. You can grind it quite a lot, level up this hero, get it prepped and ready, get the abilities you want. Then you're going to have to wait a little bit for Blizzard to get the next story out, and they come throughout the seasons. And while a lot of people hate this idea instead of one big story package, I actually think it's quite engaging because you get to play a little bit of the story. It gets you back into Overwatch. You play PvP, you play the other game modes, stay with the seasonal events, new heroes, new maps every season. It's just cool to have a story aspect also added on seasonal updates. I think it's fun. Personally, I think it's actually exciting. Now, if this is completely free and that's the route they take, and their overall objective is for people to buy skins for their favorite heroes for the story, so you can use like a cool Genji skin in the story by purchasing it, and they keep it only cosmetics, I will praise Blizzard. I never expected that to actually come out of my mouth, but here we are. But of course, this is all hypothetical in my opinion. Literally, if that's the route they take, they keep it purely cosmetic, and then they actually give us the story in bits. It's exciting, it's detailed like the gameplay we got in 2019. They don't skimp on it. I will praise them. It will be freaking amazing. However, let's be skeptical for just a bit. So while that would be the most ideal, let's look at the worst. The worst would be something like Diablo Immortal. I'm just a little bit afraid that they lock maybe abilities behind some sort of currency. That currency is very grindy. It takes a lot of time. And then they're like, oh, whoopsie daisy. If you really just want it, you can also buy this currency in the shop. Oh, look at that. A solution to a problem that is created by the company. I don't want to just be mean though. I can't just toss this at Blizzard. I can't just shoot them in the foot without this being the truth, right? But I do want to be skeptical because it is a lot of work. It's a lot of money sink, and they're going to want to monetize it. And there's a good way to monetize it, a way that is unintrusive. And then there's the Diablo Immortal method, which is extraordinarily intrusive. However, now the ball is in their court, right? We can only toss the coin and hope for the best. If Blizzard is smart, they will see the reaction on the Overwatch shop and they'll see the reaction on the Diablo Immortal scandal and hopefully learn from their lesson. But the truth is, numbers talk, right? Let's say you guys leave a comment on this video, right? And the comment that you leave says you hate commentary videos, you don't want me to do them anymore. That would be outspoken criticism. That's something in the public. But with that being said, if on the back end, there's a majority of likes still, a good amount of views, and it's overall healthy for the channel, I will do more of them, right? I will make business choices off of the grander statistic, not the public opinion. And this will happen again. If the Overwatch monetization system is making them good money right now, and on top of that, it's filtered a ton of Overwatch players that stick for the long term, why would Blizzard even bother changing it? That's the only thing that matters. The casual player, the overwhelming public is what matters. Diablo Immortal has an insane amount of public opinion on it. However, it's 4.5 star rated on the store. Tons and tons of downloads with consistent players. And I guess the conclusion I'm having to this is that no matter what Blizzard does, unless it's way too atrocious where the casual player cannot swallow it, I think they will get away with whatever they want to do. Now, with that being said, it is not a mobile game, and the player base they are appealing to, which are also console players and the younger folk, maybe high schoolers, more casual players, is more sensitive, in my opinion. They're more sensitive to too much amounts of microtransactions and having too much locked. So I could see a hybrid. Again, this is all theory crafting. Please understand this is theory crafting. Nothing is official. I could see some sort of hybrid where Blizzard consistently updates the story throughout the seasons, keeps things hyped. A lot of marketing can go into it, and with a lot of marketing, a lot of player fluctuation back into the game. It's all free to access, which is the best way to get a high amount of volumes of players, which is one of the best ways to show investors that your game is popping off, I suppose. So like, look how many players are playing our game, etc., etc. But on the back end, they are hoping that the cosmetic system helps drive your favorite character. Let's say you want a main tracer, you upgrade her abilities, you also want a sweet ass skin in the story mode as well as PvP. You'll use the shop, you'll buy those insane prices, which will hopefully fund the game. But if they sneak something into the back end to do with leveling faster, upgrading abilities faster, and somehow monetize the RPG aspect, don't be shocked, because I personally wouldn't be. I am crossing my fingers and hoping for the best and trying to be optimistic. But let's be honest, the gaming industry is slowly teaching us it's better to stay pessimistic.